Hey, so this video is going to be like 10 to 15 minutes. That's all I have left. I mean, I can create more storage. I've got a couple other videos that I made, and I'm not sure if I want to release, but documentation is December 7th, 2025. Gone through this scenario for a long time. Definitely reconsidering relocating, although when I relocate, I still am targeted. So, you really, if you're targeted for life until you're dead. It's a never-ending program, a never-ending psyop of bullshit. Relationships have been severed. I've been isolated. People seem like some of the mechanics seem like they've been gotten to. Like if I had all the time in the world, I would dedicate stuff certain focus to certain activity. But it's like I can only do so much to be good at a few things instead of being a jack of all trades. But this is a common thing, because they mess with a lot of TI's vehicles and they mess with your work and they mess with your finances. But I'm getting plenty of work. I'm only getting more. Lately, it's kind of died down a little bit. Past 3 weeks, it's been tough. And then I had a few jobs, and then they're waiting. I've got like 4 jobs waiting right now. Two I can do. There's no way I can do until it hits 40 plus degrees. That's another reason why I didn't want to move to back to Indiana, because any services that you offer that are out external environment almost have to go inside, because some of the services you cannot do. You cannot do certain things outdoor year round. You have to kill it within season and then sit back in the winter and have enough money to where you're still making money in either the stock market or something else, but you're funneling your money elsewhere. Cryptocurrency, whatever. But it's just been I've switched industries, for example, and basically this one's going to be called, I guess, just like I said, the illusion of freedom. The illusion of freedom. There's really no democracy since this is allowed. This has shown me there's really no democracy at all. It's just an illusion, and they've lied to us in believing that anything that makes too much sense, that's a good person or whatever, just random. I think mine could be just more random, a combination of being outspoken, and randomized. They started doing it really bad about 10 years ago, really, really intensely, 15, 10, 20 years ago. I've been dealing with this for a couple decades. Looking back, they've been doing it. So I want to make another video, document what's going on. Some people say you should not make videos. Some people say you should. I think you should. I think I want to. I don't really want to, but I'm doing it because these criminals, right? These people that work in the government that want to destroy certain reputations and prove themselves right, and their credentials and their licenses, their degrees, their permits. They want to prove themselves right, that their system works for them. Anybody that's outspoken will be like literally dealt with and blacklisted from employment to where they have to open their own business. And then, you got to really almost just ramp. I got to ramp this thing up. I got to look at everything and say, okay, this is work. This isn't. I've had plenty of sales. I've had some not go through. It's just, having to rebuild something from scratch is what it comes down to. Like I said, I've had to switch industries, rebuild from scratch. On top of all the other issues with the family members or the workplace stuff, they kept leading me. What I'm getting at in this video is they kept leading me down paths, and they said, keep filling out the apps, keep doing this. And anytime it involved opening my own business or doing something on my own, it was like, no, don't do that. That's too risky. And they kept lying to me about jobs. It's so obvious. It's in front of everybody at this point. And My buddy had to relocate and liquidate some of his assets, but he was a landscaping guy. And he said even some of his clients, repeaters, started to act weird. He said he'd have guys waiting for him when he would pull in, and he wouldn't tell anyone where he's going. He'd have neighbors gang stalking him, doing the neighbor surveillance on him when he would leave his house. It's pretty clear that this is not a mental illness. This is actually. I want to retitle this video. I want to go in how they discredit TIs. First, they isolate you and they do surveillance. There's 5 stages to that. And then the whole time through, their goal is to prove that they can destroy your life with people, places, and things and technology and intertwined with all that. Then they create smear, slander campaign. And then any job you go to, you get harassed at or fired or gaslit. So then, and if you tell anyone, here's what they'll do. They'll use the psychiatric system. They'll weaponize psychiatry to get you on paper as officially schizophrenic or officially, bipolar. And this is happening now. We're starting to see this. I've seen leaked footage. We're seeing this everywhere. We're seeing this in Texas. We're seeing this in pretty much all 50 states. Where the government is allowing, by increasing their budget, is allowing these hospitals to discredit TIs and to get us in the system, in their database, as falsely, diagnosed. You need meds, sir. You need this, you need that. They didn't even officially diagnose me in any of these places. They trafficked me in there with the police. The police helped them. So if you think the police are involved, yes, they're involved. Most of those guys are Freemasons. And most of them work with the other networks and the frats and the New World Order, pyramid. That's pretty clear at this point. There's just also the illusion of freedom, a fake democracy. And it's really always been that way, and it's I'm really seeing the system for what it really is. It's more negligent. I made a report to the Federal Trade Commission. They were negligent. They didn't do shit, and I didn't think they would, but I was just seeing what would happen. More of the same. I reported these hospitals again to them. A few IU Health, Medical, North Health. I had a lawsuit out against small claims out against Aspire, Indiana. He saw the lawsuit and he was about to incarcerate me in his thing because of what I was telling him being gang stalked. Not a good idea. I was trying to get an official record that there was nothing wrong with me. Well, they had labeled me schizoaffective and thoughts of persecutory delusion. He's like, if you would have told me more, he's like, I was going to lock you up against your own will. But he's like, he looked me up on My Case Indiana and he saw that I had a lawsuit out. So it wouldn't have looked really good for him to traffic me again, into, I use psychiatric system, Indiana University's psychiatric system. They falsely labeled me anyway. And then they took the record off file. So they removed the record that they had put on about a year and a half, 2 years ago. They were trying like hell. If you go to them and you tell the officials or you tell these hospitals, they will 100%, if you're already targeted, give you a false mental diagnosis and send you on your way with medication. And it's done as a protocol. It's a call to action that is activated once certain people cross certain paths of the system. This is primarily why they kill targeted individuals. They view it as we make the system look bad. If there was lawsuits, obviously if there was lawsuits being won all the time, don't you think we'd know about it? About the harassment and negligence and the bullshit from the United States government? Don't you think we would be hearing about that? We're not, because a lot of those people are silenced and they're killed. A lot of those people are taken out before they're even given a chance to get their side of the story out in the public, get a jury trial, get some sort of trial where they can prove themselves right in the court of law and to be compensated for it. Like that's what I want. Is it realistic to get class action? Maybe eventually. It's got to be pieced together the right way, and I can't say I'm going to even survive the lawsuit, that they won't kill me, they won't take me out, but it wasn't a suicide if they did kill me. If they do kill me, because obviously they want to keep it quiet on how they've destroyed my reputation and blacklisted me from how CPS came after me, hijacked my daughter, stole her, and all of it combined. My mom's side of the family won't even take a phone call from me. They won't even look at me. They don't even want to talk to me. My mom and her mom both set me up several times with Westfield Police Department, and I got the worst feeling. And this would be when I'd be posting videos about gang stalking. They would actually ramp it up and do it. So depending on where you're at, depending on who you're with, that could influence how they're going to come at you, how secretive or unsecretive they're going to be about it. Sometimes it really just comes full force, and they hit everything I have, phone, payments, etc. Everything seems to get hit at that point, and makes it a lot harder to live. Makes it really hard to live. Makes it to the point where I want to leave the United States. I don't want to stay here for the rest of my life. Definitely not. There's a plan for 2030. I keep seeing that guy that makes videos that's saying, leave the U.S. before 2030. It'll be disastrous. But with that, I'm not going to be on here too much longer, but to me, this is really just the way the system really is. It's really not what we think it is. It's a fake system. It's a fake democracy. It's an illusion of freedom. And they're clear as day allowing these hospitals to traffic human beings as targeted individuals, human lab rat experiments, maybe an extension of MK Ultra mind control, or something very similar to where they isolate you. They play psychological games that really inflict harm and damage. None of it's really a positive thing. None of it's really satisfying or welcoming in someone's life. It's really invasive. It's illegal. It's uncivilized. And that's just the way it goes. And they've leveraged my criminal background. So if you ever get arrested, just think twice about committing a crime. They will use your criminal background as leverage to not hire you, to decline you from loans, to other things. There'll be other fraud involved. So I thought at one point they for sure had an illegal life insurance policy on my name, under my name. Somebody had forged my signature, but I still can't find it. So if it is anywhere, it's an unknown secret. They're hiding it pretty well. They're not really, they're not making it easy to find or locate or whatever. So yeah. It's stressful trying to get through this, trying to muster up the energy to be productive. And I've got the energy in me. Sometimes I've been drinking too much. I need extra sleep, rest, whatever. Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys stay blessed and at peace, and you can make some money out there. Because they don't want anyone they're doing this to really have much. They take a hell of a lot. They cost us a hell of a lot of money, and they don't seem to give two shits about it. So that's just who these coward motherfuckers are. I've got no respect for them. You are un-American, uncivilized, and you are a total bitch if you're a perp. You have sold your soul to a system that promised freedom but didn't, so you attained it illegally. Shame on you. I do not think highly of you. I think poorly of you, and you are a true coward if you're listening to this and you're a perp. With that, I'm